David Cameron has made a surprising comeback to UK politics. The former Prime Minister has now been appointed the Foreign Secretary of the country. And the very unusual decision comes after British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak carried out a major reshuffle.
Now, Sunak welcomed Cameron in a speech and said that his appointment comes in deeply challenging times. He said that Cameron will build on UK's past achievements in foreign policy. Listen to this.
These are deeply challenging times for our world. Events far beyond our shores echo here at home, with implications for our security, our economy and our very social fabric. It falls to us to do everything we can to shape these events. And so we've delivered one of the most significant years for British foreign policy in recent times. That's due in no small part to James Cleverly, and I know that he'll bring the same vigour to the equally vital job of Home Secretary. And I'm pleased to have appointed a new Foreign Secretary who will build on everything that we have achieved in the last year.
Sunak also used his speech to speak about the Israel-Hamas war. He condemned Hamas's attack on the 7th of October and reiterated that Israel must be able to defend itself against terror, but added that protection of civilian lives must be ensured. He said that a long-lasting peace could only be ensured with a two-state solution.
We must unite around the only answer that can come close to creating peace in these troubled lands. The only answer that can acknowledge the history and hurt of both peoples. The only answer that can allow a new future to be born, and that is a two-state solution.
Now, soon after his appointment, Cameron also spoke to US Secretary of State Anthony Blinken and discussed the Israel-Hamas war. Both leaders also discussed relations with China and help for Ukraine during a telephonic conversation on Monday.
Now, Cameron's return comes in a cabinet reshuffle, which was triggered by the firing of Suella Braverman as the country's Home Secretary. She's been sacked from the role after criticism of police for their favourable treatment of pro-Palestine protesters.
James Cleverly, who was still now serving as the Foreign Secretary, has replaced Braverman, and Cameron now fills Cleverly's position. Cameron's appointment as Foreign Secretary comes as a surprise, though. A former Prime Minister accepting a portfolio in a future cabinet almost goes against convention. Such a move has not been seen in British politics for more than 53 years.
Analysts say that with Cameron, Rishi Sunak is trying to bring in more of a centrist part of his Conservative Party after the latest controversy with Braverman. However, this does not go well with the populist right of his party.
Cameron has been out of politics since 2016. He is not even a current member of the British Parliament. He returns to the government via an appointment to the House of Lords. Cameron left politics after he resigned from the PM position after UK voted to leave the European Union. He campaigned for staying in the European Union. Interestingly, Rishi Sunak, who was then an unknown backbencher, supported Brexit and defied Cameron at that time.
Sunak and Cameron have clashed publicly as well. Last year, Sunak suggested that a golden era of warm relations between Britain and China during Cameron's tenure had been naive, while Cameron recently claimed Sunak's decision to scrap a key part of a high-speed rail project.
But now, while accepting his new role, Cameron took to social media and said that though he may have disagreed with Sunak on some decisions, he is a strong and capable Prime Minister.